We're here in Stonehouse today, which is the historic part of the old three towns. It was the smallest of the three towns, nestled between Devonport and Plymouth. Many people don't realise that Stonehouse is actually one of the more historic parts of the modern city, with many original Georgian features still surviving today. But it was born not out from the medieval harbour, which is to the north, but more from the military use that it could offer to the new 17th century dockyard. The barracks you see behind me are original barracks which were built in about 1783 for the purpose of the new Marines. They'd been around since 1664 and were there to serve the Navy. More recent military engagements, such as the American Wars of Independence, scared the government and the Crown. They needed easier access for these Marines to get to ships on a faster, more regular basis, as they had been previously billeted in local pubs, almshouses around the city and outskirts. What you see behind me is the northern end of the barracks, where the non-commissioned officers would have been based. The privates were to the east end and the officers were in the southern end. These barracks still survive today and are still in use by the Royal Marines, although it is coming to the end of its lifespan. This section here was added on in the 1850s, 60s due to the Crimean War, but the barracks themselves served a massive purpose and a large role in supplying the Empire with a ready supply of fighting force on ships. The barracks would hold 1,000 men when it was first built, and it was modelled on those that had already existed in Chatham. This area here, which houses the modern feature from the Crimean War, would have been open ground. As you walked along DURNFORD Street, which was then known as Barracks Street, you would have been able to see in here as the Marines drilled on the parade ground, open in plain view of the houses behind, which are still part of the original feature as well. This was a high-class area of Stonehouse. It was inhabited by officers of the Royal Navy, captains and admirals. Many of these houses serving some of the more famous captains and admirals from the 18th and 19th century that we know today. These houses overlooked the barracks, and there was a much known rivalry between many regiments, especially the Royal Marines and the Royal Navy, as they often sought approval as a regiment. They were overlooked by the Royal Navy through the admirals and captains in their houses on a daily basis, and this was something that many people believe led to the building of this fantastic gatehouse in the 1860s. This part of Stonehouse has many historical links to the American Wars of Independence, the Crimea, many of the engagements out in the sea. The Marines would not leave this entrance except for church services and to go out and around the towns, drinking, throwing stones in the water, or one of the pastimes in the original dates was something they referred to as walking the flags, as this original entranceway here, prior to the building of the modern section, or the Victorian section, was marked by flagstones with regimental flags, and the soldiers would often, for a pastime, walk up and down the flags just to talk and kick the dirt together.